Hello everyone, and welcome. It feels so good to be bringing you news again. It's just nice to bring news, especially news that doesn't involve the phrase, until the strike ends. First of all, hello, and how are you? And we hope that you're recovering from all of the Comic-Con news that came out this weekend. Yes, CCXP just took place in Brazil, which is in fact the largest Comic-Con in the Americas. Yes, it's bigger than San Diego. Yes, it's bigger than New York Comic-Con. Because that's just how the Brazilians do things. I love Brazil. I was there in 2016. I want to go back. On top of a whole load of trailers, including the new Mad Max spin-off, Furiosa, we have stuff for Godzilla, we have the House of the Dragon Season 2 teaser has dropped. Now, we got confirmation that Discovery will be, boom, beginning to air in April of 2024. Now, this is big news because we know that Season 5 is going to be the last season of Discovery, sad face, and we can already hear the comments going, just let it die. No. But I'm really looking forward to seeing it because the clips that we've seen before show that it's going to be a bit more fun than perhaps the last couple of seasons have been. The tagline suggests that there is a massive secret in the galaxy that's been deliberately kept secret for eons. So naturally, Discovery's going to be the one to find it. That's fine, that's part of the fun. But this season has been described as a very kind of Indiana Jones-esque type season, which I'm very excited for because let's step away from the whole galactic ending of things and let's move into a more action-adventure, fun final season. Jonathan Frakes will be returning as a director this season, specifically for episode 9 that we know of. Returning director Olatunde Osunsanmi will also be coming back to direct the finale. This is the episode where reshoots were done to give the season a more definitive closure, a more satisfying ending. Episode titles on Wikipedia, but just for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to say them here. I will say they're on Wikipedia, so take it with a grain of salt. They could either be the most confirmed thing in the world or they could be complete nonsense. A clip was released as well that showed Burnham and returning David Ajala Book fighting what can only be described as a giant cloaking moth. Yeah, so in the same weekend that we got a trailer for the new Godzilla v Kong, we also got the confirmation that Mothra will be crossing over with Star Trek Discovery. I think it's a bold choice for the franchise, but you know what? I'm here for it. Now, of course, we know no such thing, but is this a suggestion of a return to Monster of the Week? Burnham sort of teases Book and says, we need to communicate with it, do your thing. And Book's like, I'm not a bloody translator. On top of this as well are the other bits of info and, bits of teasing that have been dropped throughout social media, throughout the news over the last couple of weeks. Again, ever since that big thing, what was happening, has come to a close. There's still things that need to be ratified, by the way, so it's not 100% sorted yet, just to throw that out there too. Elias Toufexis, who will be playing an antagonist this season named La'ak, along with new guest Eve Harlow, who's playing Maul, has been teasing the fact that they have their own starship. They're very excited. I am very excited about this. We've seen clips of, well, so far we've only seen an audio of Captain Rayner, played by newcomer Callum Keith Rennie, who many of you will know from Battlestar Galactica, and some people will know from pretty much everything that was ever filmed in Canada. There was that period during the early 2000s where if you were walking through Toronto, you were in a film. But he will be playing Romulan Starfleet Captain Rayner. That is a sentence I just like saying Romulans in Starfleet? Quoi? So a quick rundown just on what we know about Discovery. So it begins to air for 10 episodes in April of 2024. 7 episode titles are on Wikipedia if you wish to go and check them, as I'm not going to say them here because we don't know if they're official or not. We have confirmation there was the cast photo as well that dropped. So confirmation Tilly is coming back for season 5. Woohoo! We have Blue Del Barrio, of course we have Cynical Martin Green, Doug Jones, we have Wilson Cruz, we have Anthony Rapp, looks like Callum Keith Rennie is in that lovely shot as well, which suggests main cast. So we'll see, like, you know, how large of a role Captain Rayner has, hopefully right the way through. Unless he's terrible. Can you imagine? Episode 1, we look at him and be like, I don't like you at all. I somehow don't think that's going to happen. Also returning are Oded Fehr as Admiral Vance, and we have David Cronenberg coming back as Kovac, which I'm very happy about. Something I was delighted about, I think perhaps somewhere along the way I got the wrong end of the stick. I thought Tig Notaro wasn't returning for season 5. Delighted to say I was wrong. Tig Notaro is slated to reprise the role of Jet Reno in season 5. So I'm very, very happy about that. That was a kind of I was reading it going, where did I read that report? Anyway, I'm delighted. The other few bits of news that came out is that Section 31, the long trek starring Academy Award winner Michelle Yeoh, has entered production. Now, I'm very happy about that because we know nothing about this Section 31 movie. We don't know when it's set. I think it's safe to say it's going to be, well, certainly Discovery aesthetic. We don't know whether it's back closer to, you know, the 2250s to account for Emperor Georgiou's timey-wimey displacement. Whether it's just closer in time, perhaps it will be a little bit forward, a little bit back. We know nothing. We just know that Michelle Yeoh is reprising the role of Georgiou in this movie, and it has gone into production, which we're delighted about. Another bit of production news is that Strange New Worlds Season 3 is now entering production. Now, what's important to note about this is that while everyone who stars in Strange New Worlds is now currently being like lifted out of the time stream and brought straight to set, they still need time to turn this around. So we reckon that we can safely say it'll be back end of 2024 before we hopefully see an episode. If they do a filming block now, the way technology is these days, they can probably start some of the post-production before filming even begins, because they can do, you know, the green screen, the computer effects, sort of have that in the bag while shots are being filmed. So hopefully what we will see is that maybe this will be the Christmas Star Trek of 2024. Remains to be seen, fingers crossed. I believe they can do it. I believe panic is a great motivator, and getting content out can sometimes be a bit of a panic. I wouldn't know anything about that now, would I? Starfleet Academy. Now, so this is the show. I mean, what we know about it is that it's set in Starfleet Academy. The other thing we know about it is that Tawny Newsome is in the writer's room. So production is now beginning. It's looking like a 2025 release for this one. So I'm sure we're going to have lots of what's coming, what do we theorize, what are we hoping for Starfleet Academy. People will love teasers, people will hate teasers, people won't watch teasers. All of that will come. But what Tawny Newsome has already confirmed is that the canon cops are there. So she has been described by many people as, you know, this absolute font of Star Trek knowledge. And, you know, she's going to be very, very respectful when it comes to the overall canon. Although, to be fair, it's still not 100% confirmed what time period this is set in. I think we're 99% sure it's going to be set in the Discovery era. So we're also assuming that there's going to be lots of threads dropped in Discovery's 5th season, presumably around the character of Tilly, to set up what we can expect from Starfleet Academy. Obviously, we've said before, and we'll say again, that we are hoping that, you know, we might get holographic cameos as instructors at the Academy. A certain, you know, professor of engineering, Irishman, most important man in the galaxy. That'd be fun. But things like that as well, where you can kind of tie legacy into it without necessarily tying legacy into it. 2025. Alex Kurtzman has said that this is a show that is aiming for the voice of today, which I presume means sort of everyone from millennials onward, which I don't find as terrifying a statement as you might think. You know, it's like, oh my God, are they going to pander? Are they going to this? Like, no, I think they're going to try and keep it relevant. And, you know, old fogies like me, yes, in my mid-30s, might find some things that are like, okay, maybe I don't get that or I don't get that. But it's crucial, absolutely crucial, that Star Trek keeps pushing boundaries and keeps trying to do new things, if it's to survive. I'm going in with a very open mind. I know that right now, because what's the point of not going in with an open mind? You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be something different. It's not going to be a carbon copy of what's come before, and it shouldn't be a carbon copy of what's come before, because then just give us another season of what's come before. And I hear a lot of people, and I'm not saying, in a way, I'm not saying I'm not among you, but a lot of people are going, well, just do that then. Give us another season of what came before. People said that after the original series, after Next Gen, after DS9, so on, so on, so on. So let's see what comes. We have nothing more in the way of news. Relevant tone, canon cops, 2025. That's what we know about Academy so far. So in terms of news, it might not seem like a lot, but also it is a lot, because we've got, you know, things we can hang our hats on. So 2024 is currently looking like we will have Star Trek Prodigy Season 2. As we know, Season 1 is dropping on Netflix on the December the 25th. Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5 is dropping. We presume it'll be late summer, much like the other seasons have been. Strange New Worlds Season 3 will be certainly in post-production by hopefully summer of 2024. So that might be back end of next year. Section 31 gone into production now. That being a 2-hour standalone movie, I reckon we may see that in 2024, and Discovery Season 5 as well. So actually, if you think about it, there's rather a lot of Star Trek coming next year, which we're really, really excited to cover and to bring to you. And, you know, like, everyone, book your holidays now. Book your holidays now. Folks, thank you so much. What are you most excited for coming up based on this news? What are you least excited for? What are you worried about? What are you excited about? Get in touch. Use hashtag AskTrekCulture as well. We will read out your questions on the podcast, which drops every single Tuesday. We're back to weekly releases now. There was a bit of a pause while I might have thrown a bit of a spanner in the works by, I don't know, disappearing for most of November. Get in touch, because let's get conversation going. And you're awesome. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at TrekCulture, on Instagram at TrekCultureYT. We're on Blue Sky and TikTok at TrekCulture as well, so you can reach out. I'm at Seán Ferrick on the various socials, and Chris is at EditChrisEdit on the various socials as well. So, folks, thank you so much. We are looking at, Merry Christmas from Star Trek. We're looking at a busy year for 2024. I'm very excited. I can't wait to cover it, and I can't wait to talk to you about it. So you look after yourself now until I'm seeing you again. Live long and prosper, and thanks a million.